I mean, these are great and all, but zog me, that's expensive for one dude. Wow! Welcome back to the Romans Go Festa. Old Big Mek here, still broken. And it is still Orktober, which means it's time for another video. And in this one, we are talking about not Games Workshop. And that's a little rare for Old Big Mek. So, let's get into it. That's right, this one is actually a video that I was planning on doing in Orktober, and it has just kind of moved up in the lineup, thanks to old Gimpy here, and also people on our Discord server were asking about this in particular. So I thought, let's give the people what they want, and let's talk about not Games Workshop stuff. And again, that is really rare for this channel. Now, why is that, you ask? Well, being a very Warhammer-centric channel, I like to talk about the official stuff mostly. Even though I am not a competitive player anymore, again, it's been since like 2005, but still, I get it, right? Like, most of us are in this hobby because we really, really love it. We really love the lore, or like me, you really, really love the models, or the models and the lore. You really like the game. And yeah, there's a ton of other options out there, right? There's one-page rules and things like that for the actual gameplay. There's all sorts of proxies and things you could do for the actual minis. And there are people that do homemade lore. I mean, what was it? Hell's Reach, that whole like YouTube project, not to mention the original Astartes, right? Those were made by fans. And those are all excellent. I love all that stuff. I just tend to stick to GW on the channel because most people, that's what they want. They primarily want Games Workshop. They primarily want the official things. They primarily want to be able to go to a Warhammer store, a Games Workshop store, be able to play a game, to go to things like the Tacoma Open and stuff like that, and actually like be a part of Warhammer. So that's what I focus on. But it is not exclusive by any means. Most of you old-timers here on the channel know that I own a 3D printer. I'm not very good with it, but I also have a bunch of 3D printed minis. I really like that kind of stuff. I'm not as hip on 3D printing as I probably should be, but it's because I'm so much of a modeler at heart. You guys know I love kit bashing things, and like playing with plastic is my favorite thing in the world to do. So just printing something, it does not have the joy for me. I'd much rather build things than paint things. So yeah, I'm all about building. Now, if anybody started making multi-part plastic kits, we'd have a whole nother conversation there. But yeah, like for me, I'm all about the kits. But yeah, like 3D printing is absolutely a thing. So we are actually going to look at all the stuff that I own that is not Games Workshop specifically, just so we can talk about other things that are Warhammer without being Warhammer. And I think you're going to find I have kind of a theme. All right, now once again, apologies. Again, I broke my wrist this week, and so I'm not able to like use my normal gyroscope tripod thing. And yeah, just kind of filming and editing and all that stuff is harder than normal. So if the video is a bit choppy, if the audio is not as great as it has been, all those kind of things, my sincerest apologies. I'm really doing my best. I'm just still trying to do a video every day. Not so much, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do it for you guys. I absolutely do it for you guys. But I'm really like trying to do this for myself. One, it kind of helps me get my mind off of the pain and all of that stuff, gives me something to do. But also, like, I set out to do this. I am a person that really likes accomplishing their goals. And my goal, I mean, 2 years in a row, I have done Orktober with a video every single day of the month. And I said I was going to do it again, and if I say I'm going to do it, then I'm going to do it. So you're along for the ride, whether you want to be or not. But hopefully you want to be here. But yeah, let's go take a look at all of my non-Games Workshop stuff and talk about it. I will try to do close-ups, B-roll as much as I can. But if you have any questions on any of this stuff, definitely throw it down in the comments below or shoot over to our Discord. Our Discord is amazing. We've got really awesome people there that do all sorts of cool stuff. There's guys that do 3D printing. There are people that do heavy kit bashes and conversions, painting projects like crazy. The guys, girls, and everybody else there, all the boys, all the gits, are absolutely amazing. It's totally free to join the Discord, so just click on the link in the description. It brings you there. It's not paywall or anything. That being said, if you are a channel member here on YouTube, or you are a patron over on Patreon, shoot me a link, or like shoot me a DM or something once you get to Discord, so that I can add you to our members only section. We've got one little section for members only, just because it's a little fun. So if you are one of those, let me know over on Discord, and I will get you into that section. Okay, enough waffling. Let's go look at some minis. All right, we're going to start here with the Goffrocker. No, not him. He's the real Goffrocker. These guys. So this is my Ork rock band. I've been collecting different Ork rockers, for lack of a better term, to keep making this band going. I do have some GW stuff mixed in there, obviously, like with the Noise Grots there and the Goffrocker. But yeah, anytime I find Ork musicians, I do try to get those printed to add to my killer metal band here. They're some of my absolute favorites. I'm especially proud of the lead guitarist here because look at all of his tattoos. We've got the mushroom on there that says "Mom" on his chest there. We've got Crump across his belly. You got Daka with a bad moon on one arm. He got a big old orc there on the back with Wog across it. There's a snake bite. There's some flames. Yeah, I really, really like all the crazy tattoos I did on him. And then even like the 80s leopard print boots and pants and whatnot. I just think he is super duper cool. He's got Mork on one side and Gork on the other. Yeah, he's awesome. I also really like how the drummer came out, and the drums themselves, they super look like, you know, distressed leather on there on the skulls. And then yeah, I've got the speakers and stuff. Another little pile of speakers there. So yeah, that's my band. I really like my band. All right, next in my non-GW section is Lego. Lego made one Ork. Now, granted, he's more of a Warhammer Fantasy or AOS or Old World Ork, but he is very much a Warhammer Ork, especially with that shield and whatnot. He's just really, really cool. He's got the Choppa that totally looks like an Ork Choppa. I would love to get more of him, but I got one. And then I got these little Ork guys. I don't know what they're from, but they are real deal Lego. And yeah, you've got these like boys here on this side, and then you got this like knob looking guy, and then you got like these mega armor dudes. I don't know, I really like them, but yeah, that's my little Lego Ork section. Next is a bust. This is a Cthulhu. I just really liked it. I liked painting it. The resin was clear, so I was able to really make the water look cool. He's not very Warhammery, but he's in there. I like him. We're going to have more on this guy later, so we'll talk about him later. But yeah, and then here are my Grot tanks. These are probably the thing I'm most proud of. So these are the tiny terrible tanks, or the Timu tanks. I found these little pullback tanks online. They are the exact same size as the official Forge World Grot tanks, except for at the time these guys were like $10 for the 4-pack. I think they're up to about 15 these days. But they're super cool because you actually like push them back and then they go forward on their own and like spin around and stuff. So they're super fun to like put out on the battlefield. One day I want to do a whole battle with these where their movement is actually where you like do the pullback thing, and wherever they end up, but they don't like stick together. The four of them just kind of go around. But yeah, so I did a whole bunch of videos on these. They all have different paint schemes on them and different weapons. So this one's like a rocket launcher based one. This one's got like a crazy big shooter and the checkerboard pattern camouflage. That one's like your regular big shooter or regular shooter with the targeting squig on there. And then the one in the back there, he's got like camouflage and then a huge scorcha. So yeah, I orcified them up real good. I really like them. They are some of my favorite units of all time. I really hate that Grot tanks don't exist anymore outside of Legends, because I did super enjoy using these guys in games and putting them out on the battlefield and using them in narratives. They're just so flavorful and fun, even if they're not very good. I don't care how good they are. I care that they're funny. And these guys are like super, super peak funny. So I love these. I would totally do another set of these. Yeah, they're just, especially like I said, for like the 10 or $15 for the base of them, you just can't go wrong. Like everybody should have these. All right, we got us a box here from Boss Mac, so let's see what he sent for all of our enjoyment here in Orktober. Almost enough. If you also have something you want to send in to old Big Mek, give me a DM or an email, or pop on over to the Discord and let's talk about it. Because, yeah, I like getting stuff that we can use for Orktober. See what we got here. Ooh! We got Grots. Lots and lots and lots of Grots. Dude, look at these. So these are some 3D printed Grots that are super rad. Like, look, this guy's got, like, walkie-talkie. This one's carrying a stick bomb and a bunch of stuff. This one's a surgeon, a little bone saw there. He's helping a mad doc. This guy's got a car battery. A little welder there. Man, these guys are great. These are super rad. Let's look at the rest of them. What else we got here? Got one with a big old wrench. Got one with a looking glass. One huck in a pack. Read instructions. Nobody reads instructions. We'll toss them. Then we got something here. What do we got in here? We got... Oh, hey! It's one all done up. We've got us an awesome squig with like a speaker in him. And yeah, a shouting grot. That's pretty awesome. Oh, what does this say? Super sneaky false bottom. Those gits never know something fits under here. Oh, tricking the male squigs, huh? What do we got? Looks like... Oh, this is awesome. So, check it. It is a 2D, 3D version of the Cardboard Death Dread from the 2nd edition starter set. How cool is that? And if the 2D version doesn't do it for you, how about an actual 3D version? They never made a Death Dread that actually matched that artwork, so having a real deal 3D one is really, really cool. And even cooler, you can print it off in a frame. I absolutely love this. This is so rad. So we got one that we can paint up and put on a base for the army. We got one we can leave on the sprue for good times. And then we got one that we can mount up on a little cardboard piece just like the OG one. That is super fun. Oh, hey, there's a base right there. It comes with one. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Does it stand up? It does. Let's go. All right, so thank you to Big Mek for these super awesome little grots and gits and the Death Dreads here. We're going to put these in the to-do pile, and you're going to see them later on in Orktober. Interrupting this video with a very important announcement. The mail squig came again, which means we've got new merch to open up, so let's get into it. Gotta love getting stuff from the red ones go faster. Ow, it's gonna hurt. Okay, there we go. Ah. New stickers. Check these things out. Those are cool. Alright, got one pulled out of the package. Look at that. You get the more DACA sticker. The red ones go faster sticker. The old Big Mek sticker with all 4 of the grots. Oh, switch ends. The red squig sticker. And Orktober. So yeah, the sticker pack will be these 5 until Orktober is done. And then we're going to change the bottom one to something else. So if you want the stickers with Orktober, you should get them now. These things are really cool. They're nice, high quality vinyl. Yeah, peel them off, stick them on your water bottle, your red squig water bottle. Ooh, that's a good idea. There it is. Actually, come to think that you don't want to put the red squig sticker on the red squig bottle, but you know what I mean. You can stick the other ones on there or on your army carrying case, especially if you use a hard plastic case like I do. It's a great spot to put them. But wait, there's more. I also got a box. Really hard to do things one-handed. Don't recommend it. It's 3 hours later here. Ah, success! We're in the box. Okay. First things first, the more DACA shirt. Grot, open that for you. There we go. It's good for something. Didn't close on it. This is the Mordaka shirt. So there are two styles of this shirt. There's the 2D style and the 3D style. This one is the 2D style. If you look at the artwork, it's like flat. So like the green is all one color green. The red is all one color red. The gray is all one color gray, right? Very like bright and punchy. That's why I put it on the bright punchy colors, which is a lot of fun. But there's another version. Haha, ta-da! This is the 3D version. So if you look, you can see how there's highlights and shadows on the green skin, and like the highlights there and the red on the little dags and stuff. And you got like some color here in the Mordaka. It's a very like punchy, cool looking thing. I think I really prefer the 3D for these, but I will say that the sticker is in the 2D. The 2D works really well for the sticker. So. But I have both options up on the site, so it's your choice in all the different, like Grot, or no, we didn't do Grot on these because the DACA in the school, we don't want that. But ladies' cuts and t-shirts and hoodies all come in the 2D or the 3D style. So take your pick on which one you like. All right, here they are, side by side, so you can get a good look. Switch that in. Yeah. So yeah, that's the difference, if you're wondering, in the merch store between the 2D and the 3D Mordakas. That's the way they look like. So these tend to be on more like grimdark colors. That way you get the cool effect of all of this. And the 2D tends to be on the really punchy colors, so if you're just wanting that like, pow, in your face. And finally, new hat day. Check it out. So we've got Orktober hats. So if the red squig hat is not your thing and you still want a cool hat from The Red Ones Go Fasta, check out the Orktober lids. That's pretty darn cool. One size fits all, even Grots. All right, thanks for checking this one out with us. Those are all the brand new things on the merch store right now for the rest of Orktober. If you buy any Orktober gear, such as the hat, if you pick up any Go Fasta gear like this or the Mordaka gear, it should give you a little discount code automatically in the shopping cart. That's only through the end of Orktober. So grab yourself some stickers, grab yourself a hat, grab yourself some merch, and help old Big Mek out. I really appreciate it. All right, back to the video. We'll see ya. Speaking of tanks, here is my looted tank. Now this one is really super cool. I actually did this a really long time ago. It was one of the first things I did for my orc army once I got back into the hobby, and that's because looted tanks are kind of one of my favorite units of all time, and also these particular models are fantastic for this. This is a series called World War Toons, Toons, like cartoons, and they're basically these kind of changed up on their like sizes World War II stuff, and they make like these cute, almost like little eggplanes, and these stubby little tanks and things like this, and they're just kind of like cartoonized World War II stuff. It's a little weird if you like overthink it, but as a basis for like a orc tank, it's really, really awesome, because even though this is some sort of, I think this is a German Panzer or something like that, kit, because the proportions are so wackadoodle, it just works. It looks very, very orky. So what I did is I built the model out of the box. This is 1/35th scale, which, by the way, if you are ever scale modeling for Warhammer stuff, for vehicles especially, 1/35th to 1/32nd scale is where you want to be. That is the scale that works with Warhammer vehicles. It is not necessarily true scale, but that's because Warhammer vehicles are much smaller than the actual figures are. But also, if you want it to like work right, where they don't look too big or too small in the vehicle, that is really where you want to be. So yeah, this is 1/35th scale, and I built it out of the box, and then I modified it to be orky. So the main gun and the turret and all that is factory, and then obviously I put a shooter boy in there with a big shooter shooting forward there. Got a little boss pole there on the top for the flag, but yeah, otherwise everything else on the top here is from the kit, including, I believe, the little, well, I think the little headlight might be Warhammer bit, but yeah, the rest of the turret. Oh, and then I got, yeah, the little plate there on the back, right? These little armor plates, this is really what orcifies any vehicle. But yeah, and then on the back here, these are some chrome exhaust pipes from a model car kit. And you can see I used some Tamiya clear blue down there to kind of blue them to make them look like they've gotten really, really hot. Oh, and then, yeah, here on the front, I replaced that with another Ork shooter thing, and then there's another little glyph plate there on front. But yeah, everything else is literally out of the kit. Like, there was, like, no kit bashing or converting on this. It's got a couple of bits added to it, some exhaust pipes, and one gunner, and it's Orky enough. Obviously, the paint job helps, too. So what I did is I painted it, spray painted it like an OD green, and then I painted all of the details on it. And then on top of all of that, I painted the Ork paint. So yeah, put some red dags on it and some orange stuff. You know, I had to paint a little red on it because the red ones go faster. Put some flames on it on both sides. And yeah, I tried to make it look like the Grots had like run out of red paint, right? Like they had started painting it, they ran out, they just kind of like gave up. It's also got like this off-center racing stripe over the top, although you really can't see it because of the turret. Let's see if I can rotate that. There you go. Kind of goes from the shooter there all the way back. Oh, I guess it's not offset. I've got two of them. So yeah, it's got two racing stripes over the top. Oh, there's another little piece right there I missed. That's Orky. But yeah, so I tried to make the paint job do a lot of the talking for me. And then I also chromed a couple of random wheels because all of my Ork vehicles have chrome wheels because Orks would have chrome wheels. And yeah, so that World War II tank that I just showed you, it's the same thing that those little like Timu tanks are, the little pullback tanks that I showed you first that were the little Grot tanks. Those are actually from that same kind of series. They're like knockoffs of each other. I don't know like what the official thing is, but yeah, World War II is generally what they're called. I'll throw some Amazon links down in the description below, just in case you've ever missed all of my old videos and that kind of stuff and you want to kind of go get these. When we first did the Tiny Terrible Tanks one, which I think was Orktober 2 years ago, that video absolutely blew up. That was the video that kind of put my channel on the map. We made Amazon sell out of those fun little pullback tanks twice. Like literally Amazon sold out. Like whatever they had in stock was completely gone, and it took them months to get it back. And then I posted a YouTube post going, hey, everybody that watched this video, these are back in stock, here's the new link. And then boom, they were sold out again. So somewhere there is some Amazon executive that just has no idea why that one set of little tanks outsells everything else that manufacturer makes like 1,000,000 to 1. They don't get it. And it's entirely because of us. But yeah, I'll throw links to them down in the description below. So if you do want to get them, you can pick them up there, or at least know what you're looking for. So when you're out and about, if you don't want to give, Daddy Bezos the money, I totally get it. All right, that is going to do it for our look at my non-Games Workshop stuff. Obviously, it's not a lot of it, and I know some of you are probably going, "Old Big Mek, you didn't show us anything that's actually in your army, except for maybe the Grot tanks and the looted tank," and you would be right. I tend to, if it's for my army, if it's for something that I'm playing, regardless of whether it's my orcs. I mean, this goes for my Imperial Guard, my Astra Militarum, my Space Marines, my Beakies. Like, it doesn't matter. My Eldar, if it is for an army, if I'm going to go to a game store, if I'm going to play with it, I don't do proxies. I don't do 3D prints as a rule. It's just not my jam. Again, I pride myself being a modeler. I don't have anything wrong with it. I'm not against it. I love seeing really awesome 3D printed models. I love seeing people with armies that are like super duper rad. Totally on board. It's a personal thing for me because I pride myself as a model builder first. So for me, all my models that are out on the table for a game I'm playing are going to be things that I built or I converted or I put together. So I really, that's why I don't have them in my army. But display models, like all the stuff I showed you, I really do like the display model stuff. So, I'll definitely be doing more 3D prints of that or getting more 3D prints. But yeah, vehicles, if it's something I can kit bash, I'll do it. Like you saw, the Grot tanks and the looted tank, I did like that. I would totally do like a battle wagon, or like all the buggies, all the different Ork buggies. I would love to do some model car conversions of those. There are some really, 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 really good ones out there. So yeah, like, all of that kind of stuff, vehicles, I really would. It's more the figures, the guys, because you can't really do anything with them. Now, I like 3D printed parts. I love me some 3D printed parts. But yeah, accessories. Give me accessories, and I'm good to go. But yeah, anyways, that's my look at all of my non-Games Workshop stuff. I don't want to see all my stuff, all my figures. We have not looked at my terrain yet. Terrain, I am 1,000,000% on board with complete 3D printing, because one, terrain prices are insane, especially for how much you need to do like a really good narrative board. But two, a lot of the terrain that Games Workshop does is kind of like incomplete. Like it's just ruined building corners and stuff like that. And so people like Eons of Battle that do these big terrain packs that really amplify a board, I really like that. And so that is actually a whole video on its own. So if you're in for terrain, this next week or so is going to be a treat for you, because we're going to be looking at Games Workshop terrain, and then again non-GW terrain, because they do actually have quite a bit of that as well. So, all right, that's been today's video. Trying my best here. Again, apologies if things aren't as polished, or if I'm kind of wavy with one arm or rambly. This thing really hurts. Still dealing with all of that. I'll keep you guys all updated over on Discord. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, because old Big Mek is doing this. So until then, walk on!